Hey, it's Sally Steele, and welcome to another episode of my Sally Steele Rock Show. I was really excited because this weekend, the Live to Rock Tour was coming to Sin City. Hey, it's Sally Steele from the Sally Steele Rock Show. Come on, let's go. I gotta go talk to Kip Winger. I reached out to all the guys and texted them and said, hey, can you do an interview? And Warren said, well, wait till November, and nobody would commit. But Kip Winger was my hero. He said he'd do an interview with me. So when I got to the will call, I went up and get my tickets, but Kip only left me one pass and one ticket. So I texted him, it's like, hey, there's only one pass and one ticket, I need another ticket. And he's like, there was supposed to be two. So I also texted Alex Grossi from Quiet Riot. He was supposed to leave me two tickets. Thank you, Alex, for the tickets. So I called Kip. It's like, hey, are we going to do the interview? And he's just like, I don't know. I just woke up. I don't know what time I'm going to get down there before we go on. So me being Sally Steele and the pushy broad that I am, I just took it upon myself to go down there and set up all my equipment in his dressing room and just have it all ready when he came down. And there was a man in there, and I wanted to be polite, so I said, hi, my name's Sally Steele. What's your name? And he whips around and he goes, you don't know who I am? And I said, no, you look kind of familiar. He goes, look into my eyes and tell me you know who I am. And I said, well, I didn't date you. I know that. And he's like, don't you remember your birthday last year? And I said, well, I played at Vamped, and I did one song. And he goes, yeah, my name's Howie Simon, and I played guitar for your show. And I said, oh, Howie, I'm sorry. He was mad. I tried to smooth things over later in the night and say, hey, Howie, can we get a picture together? He still hates my guts. So if you ever meet Howie Simon, or you see him, for the love of God, don't forget his name, don't forget how he looks, you'll live to regret it. So after a while, Kip came into the dressing room and it's like, oh, Sally, you're here. I go, yeah, I'm all set up. Let's do the interview. Hey, it's Sally Steele from the Sally Steele Rock Show, and we are here with the amazing sex symbol of the 80s, the legendary Kip Winger. How you doing, Kip?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I know you got to get out there and get on stage and rock it here at the Sunset Station in Vegas. So I've noticed that you are the only original singer of all the bands on the bill. So shouldn't you be headlining tonight?
Oh, well, that would be cool. I mean, everybody's really good, though. So, I mean, you know, Robert Mason's amazing and Eric is incredible. So it's been a good build, great run, great audiences. So, you know, it's cool.
Well, how do you feel when does it upset you when they refer to you as hair metal?
Oh, God, I don't care about that. I mean, people want to label bands however they label them, and we just got in that group of bands like Bon Jovi, Motley Crue, Def Leppard. I mean, everybody's saying Warrant, Whitesnake, everybody says that about that. I mean, what am I going to do? There's nothing I can do. So
did you?
Kind of stupid.
You came from a classical music family, isn't that right?
Not really. My parents were in a jazz band. I grew up playing rock with my brothers. I studied some piano, but I didn't actually become like serious about composing until I was like 35. So I kind of came in the back door. I did rock music up until, you know, all through the first 3 albums of Winger, and then a couple solo albums, and then I really started studying orchestral music. So I always wanted to do it, though. So since I was very young, it's like 16. So, you know.
Did you want to be a rock star when you were young?
Sure. Yeah. My brothers and I were just trying to get a record deal from the time I was like 12.
Now, are they doing anything, making a living from music, your brothers?
One of them passed away in 19, and the other one is he does music. He mixes for people, and he sings on people's records. He sang on a lot of people's records. He did a lot of work for Beau Hill back in the day, but he also does other stuff. Okay. Yeah.
Now, I understand that, you played with Alice Cooper, Alan Parsons Project. Now, did you just play bass, or did you sing in those bands?
So I played bass and sang backup for Alice, and then I was Alan Parsons' lead singer in the first incarnation of his live project in America, and it was a great gig. And he's awesome, and our schedules just conflicted too much. I had to split, but great gig. I wish I was still doing it, but I'm too busy doing this. But.
Well, you're doing the right thing out there rocking. Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you is, how do you feel about the music scene today? Don't you feel that kind of there's been an 80s resurgence?
I don't notice it, man. I only listen to classical music. I hardly, if people, I try to stay up on bands that are doing new stuff, but I don't pay attention to any of it. I just pay attention to our gigs, who we're playing with, and kind of stay in my lane. I'm not like a music critic about what's going on in the business or anything like that, because it's changing nonstop, so it's hard to keep up with. I just stick with what I know.
Well, what about in the 90s? Did you feel that like your career was over when the Seattle grunge scene came in?
Sure, we all did. I mean, grunge came in and we were all out of a job for a long time. But the music has a lot of staying power, and proof that we've been playing to packed houses every night. I mean, so
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Def Leppard stadium tour really tells you what's up. Bon Jovi still plays to packed houses. I mean, I think the music's got a lot of staying power.
I also wanted to thank you for coming to my Vegas Rocks Magazine Awards for 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Are you coming to the next one?
When is it?
It's probably about a year and a half.
Yeah, man, I'll come. Yeah, no problem.
I've got a special award for you.
Oh, nice. That'll be good.
I remember in 2012 when we were on Access TV and I was a nervous wreck. I was trying to get ready, put on my makeup and everything, trying to rush you down there. And I saw that you were calling. It's like, I got to take this call. And you're like, you were supposed to present David Coverdale with his award. Yeah. It was at the joint. And I'm like, yeah, Kip. And you're like, what am I supposed to say in my speech? I go, just make up something. Yeah. And you're like, so I have to write it out. I go, yeah. So yeah. You did a great job.
I appreciate that. Coverdale's, legendary singer. So that was great.
Well, I appreciate you coming, and then we honored you. But I want to honor you again. And Reb came with you the next year, so I love that.
And Nick got us on the Scorpions tour. And so we owe the Scorpions a big one for that. That was our very first tour. And we were terrible the first night. And they wanted to fire us the first night. They were like, who are these guys? Get out! And so we were like, give us a chance, man. We'll get it together, man. And then, watching Klaus on stage, you learn everything from Klaus. And so it was, the rest was history. So I know you guys are playing. We gotta go. But thank you very much, and it's a great honor. Thanks, Sally Steele, and all the rock fans. You guys, it's nice to still be standing.
Well, we got Jake Fawn, who's replacing Reb, and he's doing an excellent job. People love him. So. Reb will be back next year. We got a new album coming out. We're mixing a new album now. Next year's the 35th anniversary of the first album and the 30th anniversary of Pull. So,
are you surprised that your career's lasted this long with rock and roll?
I'm not surprised that I'm still doing music. I'm surprised that I'm still playing to that people are showing up. It's great, But I mean, I always knew that I'd always be doing music in some form or another. So. To be honest with you, I'm just getting started. Like, my classical music thing is really starting to happen. So I'm looking forward to another 20 or 30 years of that, honestly.
Weren't you up for a Grammy or something for a classic score?
I was nominated for a Grammy for Best Contemporary Classical Composition in 2017. So that was great. And just had a premiere in Vienna and something in Sofia, Bulgaria. So writing a violin concerto for Nashville Symphony now, and they're putting out an album of my music in about a year. So that'll be cool.
Tell me, is there anything off the top of your head, what's the proudest moment of your career?
Probably getting that Grammy nomination for composition, because after being, all the Beavis and Butthead stuff and all that stuff, that was really like, okay, here's what's up. I'm a good musician. Because all I ever cared about was being a good musician. The rock star thing was a byproduct of wanting to do rock and doing all that stuff. But I take music really seriously, and just was very surprised by the nomination. But I was like, okay, that was a great vindication, So Just still trying to learn about music, to be honest with you. I'm a perpetual student.
Well, we're so proud of you. I'm proud of you, and we're so happy to have you back in Vegas. And thanks for letting me come in here for a few minutes and talk to you. So,
Nice to see you.
wait, is there anything else that you want to say to your fans that they may not know about you?
No, man, just thanks for sticking with us all these years, really. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Well, we all love you, Kip. Backstage at the Sunset Station with Kip Winger. He's getting ready to rock the stage. Thank you, Kip. Rock on.
Bye.
Kip was really funny and joked around a lot when I interviewed him and Reb Beach a couple years back.
Uh-oh. There's a problem.
Do it again.
You're talking the mic, Sally, right like this. And edit. Shut up! We're doing an interview! Shut the fuck up!
That's the beer. No, you can come in. That's important.
Hey, Kip, you're tangled.
Is that strobe light? Is that,
You know
it's strobing.
blinking. It's gonna affect you.
It's gonna, all right, let me see your hands, motherfuckers.
I don't know what's doing.
It's just that the internet has opened up a whole.
My phone is texting.
With your butt. You actually are.
She's butt texting.
I'm texting you, Kip. Oh, I didn't have the record button on. Just kidding. Just kidding. So after the interview, I followed Kip on stage and was filming him doing his moves and spins, getting ready to go out and rock the crowd. And spins just like he did back in the 80s. I saw Alex Grossi from Quiet Riot backstage and I thanked him for the tickets. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe and tune in next week for my Sally Steele Rock Show. We will see you then.